Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go with another big week championship wrestling. David.
Oh, I tell you, handsome Jimmy Valiant's going to be in here in a single match with us today. Not only that, we will have tag team matches. Dr. Bill Irwin, David Oswald will be going against the superstar Bill Dundee and Wildfire Tommy Rich in one tag team match. Should be a good one. Then, expiration of time match coming up a bit later on. Rick Morton and Koko Ware will be going against the big bounty hunters, David and Jerry Novak.
I got to tell you what, we got a bunch of it and more, too. I think we mentioned during the week that we were going to have a little videotape, all the interest we've had in what Lawler did when he won that gold record and all. We'll have an explanation and an answer to that for you. We've got it all, and by golly, I'll tell you what, can't get into it sitting here talking. We're going to take time out and be back in just one moment. Universal Heartthrob. Oh, gotta know that's Austin Idol. One of the most controversial guys you'll ever run across. Matter of fact, we've said that about him a good many times. We caught Austin, and he had some interesting comments to make. I want you to listen to what he's got to say, David. In the most sensational charges ever made in professional wrestling, Austin Idol, the Universal Heartthrob, says there is conspiracy and has these accusations to make.
Lance Russell, and this is the first time I've ever called you by the first name, Lance. You know fully well in your heart that these are not just accusations, that these are stone-cold facts. And if you'll view this film that you have, you will see A, Jimmy Hart jumping up on the ring apron and being someplace where he does not belong. B, Jerry Calhoun on his all fours, on his hands and knees, deliberately tripping me and deliberately giving me a fast count. You have this on film. I want you to see it and everybody else to see it. Let's watch this film right now.
Let's roll the tape right now. There's the monitor. And Calhoun grabs the arm, but Lawler gets him while Calhoun was holding him. Lawler rolling over. Covers Idol too, but he escapes. Hard up on the ring apron. Idol lifts Lawler up, drops him down. Jimmy Hart on the ring apron. He could see it all flying out the window right there. In the bottom of the river, as Lawler said. Lawler kicked him off. He got him. Jerry Lawler in 1954.
Right there, you can see yourself on the monitor right there, just like I said. Even during that match, you can see Jerry Calhoun physically blocked the arm of Austin Idol when I was ready to hit Jerry Lawler. Now, let's stop and think about a few things right now. Number one, if you'll stop and think, everybody, just stop for one moment and think back and think about it. Jerry Lawler and Jerry Calhoun are football bosom buddies. They played football on every Sunday of the week. They always played football. As a matter of fact, that's when Jerry Lawler happened to have his leg broken, and maybe Jerry Calhoun was a little overzealous, but nevertheless, they did play football every Sunday for years. That's A. B, Jerry Lawler is not only the one who started Jerry Calhoun in the wrestling profession, he also started Jimmy Hart in the wrestling profession. And likewise, Jimmy Hart, with his great name rock and roll band, the Gentrys, went around all around the country with Jerry Lawler and had his Gentrys back up Jerry Lawler on a concert tour. Now, like I said before, you have it right there. It's just plain and simple. I'm not making any and concocting anything in my imagination. You saw the film, Russell. Can you deny what you saw? Can you deny what I'm saying is not true? Can you possibly deny that Jimmy Hart was on the apron? Yes or no?
He was there.
Can you deny that Jerry Calhoun was on all fours and deliberately tripped me and deliberately gave me a fast count? Yes or no?
He did trip you.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You can't deny it. The film shows right there, and you can't deny it. Now, the only thing I'm saying is this. I am saying it is a conspiracy. It is a three-way conspiracy between Jerry Lawler, between Jerry Calhoun, and between Jimmy Hart. Now, Jerry Lawler is so hell-bent for leather to make his return the greatest thing that he has ever had. And he is completely overwhelmed with the anxiety and the anticipation that someone might foil that return, his big comeback dreams. As a matter of fact, stop and think about this. The stars that have come in since Jerry Lawler has come back, the Dream Machine, Paul Ellering, Joe LeDuc, they've all been defeated, and Jimmy Hart has been there each time these men have been defeated. And the ultimate was to bring in the greatest star in all of professional wrestling, yours truly, Austin Idol, and defeat him. Well, I want you to know something, Lawler. And I want you to listen, and I want you to listen damn good. I've been involved in a lot of things before. I've been involved in a lot of things, from coast to coast, from Japan to Guam to Singapore to Hong Kong, and a lot of things. But by far, this has been the most humiliating and the most degrading thing I have ever been involved in. And as a matter of fact, I'll go a step further and say this, that I fell for something. Yes, even Austin Idol fell for this hoax, this conspiracy. But I want you to know one thing, Lord. I'm demanding this match. And you can call it any kind of match you want to, a grudge match, a return grudge match. I don't care what you call it. But believe me, I've demanded it. And the stipulations are as such that Jerry Calhoun will not be the referee, and that Jimmy Hart will be barred from the building. And Lawler, we're going to see just who the best man is, and we're going to see if you can fight your battles on your own. I don't think you can. But believe me one thing, this time I am going to put my Las Vegas leg lock on you, Lawler. And when I do, very plain and simply, I'm not going to let go, Lawler, until I see the bone pierce the skin in your leg. I hate your filthy, stinking guts.
Well, there they are, the charges by the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol. You know, well, I'll just leave it this way. Think about it. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. You better believe it. What a night of action. Give you the entire card a little bit later, but listen to this. CWA World Heavyweight title match, Robinson and Tony Charles. Southern Heavyweight title match, Hector Guerrero challenges Handsome Jimmy. Southern Tag Team title match, Dundee and Rich against the Bounty Hunters, with Jimmy Kent's hair at stake against the title. And then Jerry the King Lawler takes on the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol. And I think everybody has heard what Idol has charged, and it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable is exactly right, and it's ridiculous. It's the most stupid thing that I've heard since I've been in wrestling. For anybody, Austin Idol, you or the people out there, for anybody to believe that there's any kind of conspiracy or anything at all other than hatred between Jimmy Hart and myself is completely ridiculous. Now, if Austin Idol is coming out here trying to say that Hart and I got something going, that Jerry Calhoun, the referee, and I got something going, well, he's nuts. What it is, Lance, is sour grapes. He got his butt beat up there in Louisville a couple of weeks ago, and now he's trying to get a rematch. That's what it boils down to. He don't want Hart around the ringside. Well, that's fine. That's great. I don't like Hart being in Louisville either, so we'll leave him out there. So you come on up there, Austin Idol. You know this is already one of the biggest cards ever, and I had him add this match. Me and Austin Idol, and I'm going to beat you like the dog that you are, Idol. And after I beat you in Louisville this Tuesday, you're not going to be going to anybody asking for any more of the King, baby.
Well, Jerry the King Lawler, Austin Idol, you bet. It's going to be some kind of big action matches coming up there Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, with a host of great, great bouts. We just gave you 4 of the matches that are going to be. There will be more, and a little bit later on, we're going to give you the entire card coming up for the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night right there, and the action is going to be something else, capped off by Jerry the King Lawler, Austin Idol, going at each other. Jimmy Hart barred from ringside. Make your plans right now. Next Tuesday, you be out there and cheer it. Okay, we are back here with Championship Wrestling, and we're delighted to have with us Hector Guerrero. Hector, thanks for coming in here. I know you requested some time today to have a word or two, which we're more than delighted to say about the Southern Heavyweight Finals that took place. Eddie Marlin arranged for it to be on Championship Wrestling where everybody could see the thing, and it's something that I know is not really a very happy memory for you.
Well, I want to thank, first of all, everybody for giving me the opportunity to express myself. And there's nothing more than to see something live. So I'd like to go ahead and...
Yeah, let's take a look, if we can, exactly what happened. For those people that missed it, and a review for those who did see it, let's take a look at the finals of the AWA Southern Heavyweight Tournament. Fill that vacated
on the line. Referee Jerry Calhoun in the ring right now, holding the belt.
He's going to be child's play. It's not going to be here, baby. What happened to Dundee's hair? Looks like he's had ringworm.
And Jimmy Valiant, Jimmy Hart, as manager, climbing into the ring. This match will be a one-fall, 60-minute time limit match. One-fall, 60-minute time limit. Introducing from Mexico City, at 205 pounds, Hector Guerrero. And going against him from New York City, 239 pounds, handsome Jimmy Valiant. This is a title match. One fall, 60-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Jimmy getting his shades off, and Jimmy Hart is poking Hector. He finally had all he wanted of it, and Valiant comes from behind and gloms Hector Guerrero right in the back of the head. He put Hector right straight down. Hector had had all of it from Jimmy Hart poking him with that stick that he could. Oh, we're not going to... Okay, referee Jerry Calhoun said hold it up. The bell had not even sounded, Dave. There is no start of the match. Valiant went in there. Apparently had something in his hand. I'm not ringing any bell. Eddie Marlin comes out, Hector Guerrero down, and Eddie Gilbert and Koko Ware out trying to help Hector back up. Hector's still shaky. He fell back down to his knees as he was trying to get up. Eddie Marlin saying, wait, you don't have to go right now. Hold it up. We can put another match. Handsome Jimmy screaming, ring the bell. Yeah, I bet you'd love for him to ring the bell. Hector pulling away from Gilbert and Koko Ware. Eddie Marlin has already said we can hold it off, that we don't have to start the match because Valiant hit him, Davey, before the bell ever sounded. And the referee, Koko and Eddie Gilbert going. I can't believe Hector Guerrero is going to start. Okay, we'll ring it. Bell and Hector Guerrero swinging. Handsome Jimmy just nailed. Guerrero's about to fall down, coming out to swing it, Jimmy. Big elbow from Handsome Jimmy. Oh, man. There's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Boy, that was no test. That was no championship match. Hector, there was a question where Guerrero just let his emotions override. Yeah, all right, Jimmy. Get out of here. What a lousy way to become a champion in there. Guerrero let his emotions override. Yeah, Jimmy. You hit him before he ever got started in there. Guerrero, because of his irritation with Handsome Jimmy, told the referee he was ready to go. Koko Ware and Eddie Gilbert tried to convince him just to hold up, and Eddie Marlin came out and said we could put another match on before that one and give Hector a chance to regroup, but he insisted on going out and starting the match, and that's one that Hector, after going through all of the elimination matches, coming in the territory because of the open title, which Tommy Rich had vacated, and getting down to the finals and then make an unfortunate decision like that, he'll have better thoughts about that when he gets over the headache where Jimmy glommed him right in the back of the head.
But nevertheless, 18
was the official
seconds,
time.
yeah. Valiant just immediately took advantage. Hector came stumbling out to try to hit Jimmy because he was so hot at him, and it took no effort on Valiant's part to get out of the way and then just bang him around and get the pin. So the vacated crown is vacated no more. Once again, the AWA Southern Heavyweight Champion is handsome Jimmy Valiant. We've got more wrestling action. We're going to be back to it in just a moment. Hector, I don't want to rub it in, but I'm sure that you've had some second thoughts since that
Oh,
happened.
I've had a lot of second thoughts, and I'm going to say no excuses. There's no excuses. One thing you learn in life is to take your defeats. And I took that defeat, and I'll take it. It's made me a better man. It's made me more aware of what's happening. In Mexico, we have a lot of sayings like in the United States, and one is el que se enoja pierde, which is whoever gets mad loses. Now, I let my heart overtake my mind. And Eddie Marlin tried to tell me, and Koko, Ware, and Eddie Gilbert, they all try to tell me not to do it. And to cool it, and to go ahead and, you know, recuperate and then come out.
Right.
But I let my emotions overtake my mind, and this is what happened to me. Now, this will happen to anybody, okay? But it happened to me. Now, there's another saying in Mexico. Oh, el ojo por ojo, diente por diente, lo que me hagas, te lo voy a hacer a ti también. Now, Jimmy Valiant, wherever we meet, whether it be, I'll get another chance. But wherever we meet again, it's going to be an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And I'll treat you with the same respect that you've treated me. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, Hector. Thanks. And unfortunately, we'll appreciate you coming out. Good luck to you, Hector Guerrero. We're going to be up in the ring with action here in just one moment. Let's take that up. Got Southern Heavyweight Champion, handsome Jimmy Valiant, coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, I want to have an opportunity to talk to Jimmy Kent and the Bounty Hunters. We saw him last week for the first time in quite some time and made mention of the fact that Jimmy went into Canada where the Bounty Hunters were wrestling. He brought a team that had little fame when they came to the United States to wrestle at that time, and he made them into champions. Okay,
hey, let me tell you something. This is my time. I had to corner you back there just to get a few minutes of your time out here.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. I brought these men back from Canada. You're right. You know why I brought them back? Because they go against anybody. They've gone against all comers that's been in this area. And they've beaten everybody, Lance Russell. They have beaten everybody. No disqualifications, no nothing. They've beaten everybody. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm tired of running and chasing and looking for everybody I can. I've gone to Eddie Marlin. I've even gone to the promotions just to try to get a title match with my boys. And everybody keeps ducking us, running out their back doors, avoiding us. Well, I'm tired of it, Lance Russell. I'm tired of chasing people. Because I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these boys in that ring against anybody you got. Now, I want to get a point straight. When these guys get here, I want them to take Dundee and Rich and any of them and beat them. Let me tell you something. These are bounty hunters. You know what a hunter is?
I know what.
You know what a hunter is? I'm a hunter. I taught them to be a hunter. I'm a deer hunter. I'm going to tell you something. To be a good deer hunter, you got to be able to get a deer. And the way you get a deer, you go out in the woods after one. Okay, when a man goes out in the woods to get a deer, he don't go stomping out there and breaking through the brush and everything. He don't do that because when you see that sucker, he's going to be gone. And let me tell you something, a deer is fast, almost as fast as Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me some of these apples, you see, and I'm going to spread them out there under this tree. And when old Bambi comes walking up there and he looks up at me with them big brown eyes, I'm going to take that 45-70 and I'm going to blow his life away. That's how you get a deer.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some apples out under that tree, and when old Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee comes walking out there, they're going to be hollering, I want a match with them bounty hunters. I want the bounty hunters. And Jimbo Kent's going to walk out there, and he's going to say, okay, boy. All right, bam, bam, I'm going to blow them away. I'm going to skin them like I would a deer. We're going to take the belts from my boys. Now, you hear what I say?
Yeah, I think you've said it.
You know what I said.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And when they're ready, Jimbo Kent's going to put them apples out there. Because we're going to get them.
Okay, well, you go spread your apples. We're going up to the ring and catch some action in the ring. Back to Dave. Now we're ready for our bout here with Handsome Jimmy.
Single match coming up here. That's Tom Maley in the ring and arriving right now.
You tell Lance Russell don't go nowhere. Tell Lance Russell don't move, baby. I'll be back. I'll be back.
All right. Jimmy Valiant, owner of the Southern Heavyweight belt. This is a non-title match. It'll be one fall, 15-minute time limit. From Memphis, Tennessee at 190 pounds, Tom Maley on the right of your screen. And from New York City, 239 pounds, the holder of the AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship belt, Handsome Jimmy Valiant. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee Paul Morton.
Okay, Jimmy, what was he hollering about over here? I know he's hollering
He
something.
said, tell Lance, don't leave, he'll be right back, or something like that. I don't know.
Right away, Jimmy out of that corner, Dave. Bam.
Oh, man. Boy, Maley ran right into that upper arm cover by a Handsome Jimmy.
Right with the hair, and the referee hollering to let go of it.
Big body slam by Valiant. Maley up in the air again. Body slam by Valiant. Jimmy drops down cover. 1, 2. He got it. 39 seconds worth. Handsome Jimmy gets the win over Tom Maley.
Yeah, he picked it up.
Here, Russell.
Making my day here. 39-second win for Handsome Jimmy over Tom Maley, as to be expected. Obviously a heavy favorite in there.
What do you mean, brother? I got something to say. I told you just don't move. First of all, this pepper belly Guerrero, this Mexican jumping bean. Guerrero, you couldn't wake me up if I was sleeping. And now, for Super Mouse, Dundee the Flea. He's Australian, all right, but he was raised by the Aborigines because in his people's country, he was so short that he was an outcast. So only the Aborigines, they are no more than pygmies. They raised Dundee. Dundee, your legs are so short that you wear out the seat of your pants just walking around. Dundee, there's rumors going around the country that you can beat Handsome Jimmy and take this belt. There's rumors. Then I say this, Lance Russell. Instead of next week, next month, where there's only about 5,000 people in the arenas to see this, I'll put my title up, Superstar Billy Dundee, right now, where 5 million people can see it. If you got the strength in your short, scrawny, skinny legs, just put one foot in front of the other, Dundee. And I'll see you in the ring right now.
Hey, come on, Jimmy.
Right
You already
now,
had
Billy.
your match. Get out of here. Come on, Jimmy. That's always got to be making with some kind of big play. Jimmy. No, here comes Dundee out. Paul Morton comes in, big backdrop, Dundee right on top of it. Pounded away on it. The bounty hunter, Jimmy Kent. The bounty hunter's grabbing Superstar. Valiant right on top of him as the bounty hunters and Valiant holding down, and Ken has got a pair of scissors. He's nailing away at the hair of Bill Dundee. Dundee being held down by the here comes Rich. Here comes Hector Guerrero. Guerrero going after Valiant. Rich going after Jerry, Novak, and David. Dundee up. Dundee's hair all over the ring. Is the bounty hunters and all finally take it off in there. Bill Dundee with his haircut. Billy. Hey, Billy. Hey, Bill. Hey, Dundee. Well, I guess, you know, with good reason, Bill didn't want to take time to talk right at the moment, Dave. I guess we better take a break and see if we can get this thing back down to order. We'll be back in just one moment. Action, you betcha. We still got some. You saw some already interesting things right here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Lots more to come, and by golly, you'll sure want to stay tuned and see it. Opening Tuesday night, great card, 6-man tag match. Rick Morton, Sonny King, and Eddie Gilbert go against the Big Dream Machine, the Angel, and Gypsy Joe. Tojo Yamamoto faces Eddie Hogan, CWA World Heavyweight title. Listen to this. Tony Charles challenges Billy Robinson. Southern Heavyweight title match. Hector Guerrero gets what he wants, and that's the title shot at Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Southern Tag Team title match, when the titles of Bill Dundee and Tommy Rich will be on the line against the Bounty Hunters with Jimmy Kent. But Jimmy Kent had to put his hair at stake in order to get the title match, and you'll understand that one, too. And then there's going to be a final match, and that will be Jerry Lawler facing the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol, Jimmy Hart, barred from ringside Tuesday. Starred Wildfire coming out here in a big tag match. I promised it earlier, and we want to get Jerry the King Lawler in here because we did promise you right at the beginning that we were going to answer the question. Jerry, I have had 8 million questions about what about the gold record? What about the gold record? He promised he was going to throw it in the river.
Well, you know, I won the gold record. I brought it down here to the Mississippi River, the old bridge there, and there were a lot of people out there. Matter of fact, there were so many people that it kind of hindered the cameraman. I wanted him to get the camera right over the edge where he could see it hit the water and everything, but there were so many people it was just
couldn't get up there
put the camera over and everything. We brought just a few seconds of film, and I hope Jimmy Hart's watching this too because he can see that precious gold record of his.
A lot of people were saying, you know, you're crazy throwing that gold record in the into the river. Like
well, you know what? I checked in and I found out that gold record was a lot like Jimmy Hart. You know, it kind of looks all right on the outside, but it's really worthless, and that's what it boiled down to. It was just a gold-plated record, and it's just, you know, it's really no monetary value to the thing.
Yeah. So I thought that you were a whale. Hey, look at here. There goes the king with the gold record, the Jimmy Hart gold record tucked under his arm. People just couldn't believe that it really was going to happen.
Well, they're fixing to believe it. They're fixing to see it right there.
Well, got a little bit of it, yeah, almost going down.
It was really nice. You know, it hit the water just so nice and perfect, shining straight up, and the glass broke, and it kind of did a couple little circles and sunk out of sight. Just like Jimmy Hart's going to be doing later.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. We had indicated that we were going to have that footage. We want you to get the visual look at exactly what happened to that gold record. I'm ready. If we can get somebody out here in the ring, by golly, we'll get it on.
We got a tag team match coming up, I'll tell you.
Superstar and the Wildfire. Dr. Bill, David. Okay. Well, we're just about ready for the official introduction. What in the world? Oh, I see. Dr. Bill reaching down, grabbing a glom of Dundee's hair where Jimmy Kent cut it off a little bit earlier. Okay, Dave, let's go ahead and go with the officials.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 453 pounds on the left of your screen from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald, and from Duluth, Minnesota, Bill Irwin. Going against him, total weight 442 from Australia, the superstar Bill Dundee, and his partner from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Tommy Wildfire Rich. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Paul Morton is the referee.
Okay, let's see. We'll be starting the superstar. He's a good one, boy. He's steamed up, and he's ready to do it against the big doctor. Bell time. Here we go, Dave.
Dr. Bill Irwin against the superstar. Back on the ropes. Irwin firing the right hand, but Dundee blocked it and answers with a right hand of his own. Doubled fist. Dundee to the corner. The tag on Tommy Rich. Rich with a drop kick puts Dr. Bill Irwin on the mat. Irwin back toward his corner. He's on his knees saying, wait a minute. Time out. Slow it down a little bit. Tommy Rich wisely did not go into the corner after him. You don't want to get too close to that Oswald Irwin corner. Irwin, right forearm. Now whip across the ring. Tommy reverses on him, rolls him down to the mat. Irwin on his feet, hits the mat again, back to the corner, and tags his partner. Here comes David Oswald. Oswald backs Tommy Rich onto the ropes. Referee Paul Morton there wants a break. Did not get a clean break. It was halfway clean, but only because Tommy Rich blocked the right arm that Oswald was throwing at him. Tommy dropped his legs out from under him, and Oswald's on the mat. Tommy Rich with a face lock on him. Minute and a half gone. Tag on the superstar. Bill Dundee comes in. Turned Oswald around, dropped him to the mat, and planted a boot across his face. Oswald, high in the air on the backdrop. Monkey flip by Dundee. Now Bill Dundee with a headlock, and he takes him down to the mat. One count is all Dundee is able to get. Kind of slaps Oswald, knocked him back to the ropes. Oh, from behind, Oswald with a double forearm. Now Oswald holding him up. Dr. Bill Irwin after the tag, working on him. Irwin has Dundee on the bottom rope, using the foot to hold him there. High stepper, Dr. Bill Irwin, using the feet. Dundee whipped into the rope. Backdrop, he hits hard right square in the center of the ring. 1, 2, count of 2, Dundee is able to break it. Bill Dundee still in there. Right fist by Bill Irwin. 3 minutes gone. A 15-minute time limit match. Another cover by Irwin. Referee didn't really get a good count started because Dundee's left shoulder was slightly off the mat. Oswald whips Dundee into the rope. Upper arm and a vicious one puts Dundee down. Oswald goes for the cover. Count is 1, but they're near the ropes. Dundee hooked a foot over the bottom rope to stop the count at 1. Billy to the corner. The tag on Wildfire. Tommy Rich. Rich. Upper arm. Oswald hits the deck. Irwin starts in. Rich working on Dr. Bill Irwin. And they meet in the center of the ring. Bill Irwin and David Oswald. Oswald, the official man in the ring. Bill Irwin heads back for the corner. Rich with Oswald in the air. The body slam. Tommy off the middle rope. Tommy sits down on him. over to the corner. The tag on Bill Dundee. Dundee presses it. Irwin steps in. Referee counts 2, 3. Bill Dundee put Oswald down to the mat. He pressed him down there, held him for the 3 count. Give Tommy Rich a big assist in keeping Bill Irwin out of it. So this one goes to Tommy Rich and the Superstar. Time on it, 4 minutes, 33 seconds, and Irwin, Tommy Rich squaring off again in there. Bell is sounded. Now Dundee and Rich send Irwin into the rope. Double back drop. And Rich and Dundee leave the ring, having won again the time, 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
Okay. Buck Bill and David Oswald against the Superstar and Wildfire. And the time again was
4:33, and teamwork is what beat it.
Okay, we're going to be taking time out. We've got an expiration of time match that'll be coming up just a moment. Jimmy Kent and the Bounty Hunters coming in here. This is an expiration of time match, and boy, let me tell you, this is going to be the big guys against the little guys with all the speed when Morton and Koko Ware get together to take on these Bounty Hunters. Referee Jerry Calhoun in. I think we're ready now for the official introductions for our final bout, Davey.
This match is going to be to the expiration of time, introducing a total weight of 512 pounds with their manager, Jimmy Kent, on the left of your screen from Tombstone Territory. The Bounty Hunters going against them. Total weight 414 pounds. From Union City, Tennessee, Koko Ware and his partner from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. This match to the expiration of time. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the Bounty Hunters peeling off those jackets as well as Rick, and Koko is ready, and Jimmy Kent is getting close to taking a seat. We're about ready for action as referee Jerry Calhoun says, make your mind up one of them. And here we go. We're ready to go. Bell time on the opening call of our expiration of time match with David Novak, Jerry and David brothers, starting out against Rick Morton. David, a very large guy, but Jerry is even bigger than David. I don't know, his total weight is in excess of 500 pounds.
Yeah,
easily.
512. They were big when they were here in the past, but since they've been back in the area, they're huge. They have really put on a lot of weight in the last couple of years.
Rick Morton, Koko Ware giving away a lot of that weight. They're going to have to depend on their speed in order to be able to cope with a much larger Bounty Hunters. Rick in with an arm bar on the Bounty Hunter. Referee Jerry Calhoun watching to see that it is all legal. He slid under. Beautiful drop kick. Came right up, and that's the kind of move that you're going to have out of Morton and Ware to be able to handle them, baby.
You're right about that. And Rick Morton, we've said before, when it comes to pure scientific wrestling ability, not many people can stay in that ring with Rick Morton, so he's going to have to use it today against all that size.
Good reversal right there. Took advantage of the weight of the Bounty Hunter, whipped him around, the hip toss, took him over and down, but they're both back up on the feet, circling to the center of the ring. And the original starters are right in there now. Rick Morton on the right, the Bounty Hunter, David Novak on the left, referee Jerry Calhoun. Championship Wrestling in an expiration of time tag match. To the rope. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Tag out Koko, and he met him coming in. Over the top and down, reverse face lock. Koko chin locks him, but he's pulled out of it by the hair as the referee breaking it up. But that gave the Bounty Hunter a chance to tag his partner. And in comes big Jerry Novak. Standing side headlock on Koko.
Jerry by himself weighing in at over 270 pounds. I think it's about 279 pounds that Jerry weighs by himself.
And that may be slighting it a little, boy. He looks like he's over 300 pounds. He is really big.
Ooh, and he put it all on Koko, knocked him flat. Koko goes underneath. Nice! Wait till he came off that rope. Caught him, hip tossed him. Bounty Hunter was disoriented and went up to tag Rick Morton. He thought he was in the corner to tag his brother.
Koko used his own, the bounty hunter's own weight to the bounty hunter's disadvantage in that
Coming
case.
off that rope, correct. Tag out and the other bounty hunter taking over. Koko! Straight back up, drops him down on that leg. He takes it over and pulls him to the corner, tags Rick Morton. Rick comes in, steps over and drops. Referee checking to be sure that both Koko and the other bounty hunter are in the corner. Morton drops down again, this time with a knee.
We're about 3 minutes, 45 seconds into the first fall.
Koko steps over with a toe hold. So it's 4-minute mark. The outweighed pair of Morton and Ware have done very, very well.
Koko gets the tag on Rick Morton back over in the corner. Oh, Rick sits down on that leg. Koko and Rick working on the left leg of David Novak.
Boy, that always bothered me right there, Dave, thinking about it. When they go to the outside with that toe hold, because it really puts more strain on the knee than anything does. Referee having to run Jimmy Kent back into his chair. He had come down the line. Morton got clommed from behind, tags out to Koko, and Koko takes over as he drops down on that leg of the bounty hunter. They're trying to soften it up. Koko springs it and kind of to the outside also on that one. The bounty hunter rolls to the corner. He can't make the tag, and the referee signifies no tag, no inners.
Referee again trying to run Jimmy Kent back to the chair. Kent just wandering around down there on the floor.
Very obvious, though, just trying to distract the referee so Jerry Novak could do what he did, come in from behind and nail Koko. He drops the knee down. The referee is saying, okay, get back out. I didn't see any tag. And Kent is over there. He got a whip or something like that in his hand, Dave, and he took a shot at Koko while the referee's back was turned. And again. Rick Morton trying to break up this double teaming of Koko. And it works to the disadvantage in that the referee's over there between Rick and the bounty hunter, while the other bounty hunter and Kent are teaming up on Koko with Kent swinging from the outside. Being very sure that the referee is across the ring and not looking. Pounded down on Koko Ware. First fall of our expiration of time match here on Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell and Dave Brown bringing you the commentary on what's been an exciting day of action thus far, and still some to go. Again, this time Jerry Novak, the bounty hunter, goes down the ring apron to bring the referee off, and Kent jumps up, nails Koko, and Morton saw it. He was coming after Kent.
6 minutes, 45 seconds into the first fall here. Action all the way.
Referee warning Kent again to get back down in that chair. Kent just keeps pressing his luck. Tag on Rick. Good move. And Morton going away after the big bounty hunters. Jerry Novak trying to get a double-handed chop, but Morton beat him to it. But he got caught underneath the weight. And the referee sees Kent this time. Disqualification on Jimmy Kent for interfering from the outside. Kent kept pressing his luck, and the referee caught him, disqualified. So the win in the first fall of this action is going to go to the team of Koko, Ware, and Rick Morton. Morton tied up in a rope while Koko being held by the bounty hunters and pounded by Kent. Rick hanging upside down while the bounty hunter tied him up. Referee trying to help get his leg loose in there. He's got all the weight right across it. Here comes Dundee and Rich. And there goes Kent out of there. Dundee and Rich nailing away on the bounty hunters. And they go out. As the first fall is going to go to Ware and Morton. And Tommy Rich going after Kent, man. He just missed him with that chair. He was really humming at him with that thing. As get an assist from Dundee and Rich, not on the win because it was a disqualification win because of Jimmy Kent's interference from the outside, but at least on saving a little hide, they had Rick tied up in there, and both the bounty hunters holding Koko while Kent was wailing away on him and pounding on him. Then came Dundee and Rich, and that's going to stop that.
Yes, sir. Time on it was 7 minutes, 23 seconds.
7:23, and we're going to have to take time out. Be back in just a moment. All right, we still got some action to come, and we'll want you to see that coming up here on Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Well, we told you Tuesday night. What a night of action. The Lawler-Austin Idol match. We've got a Southern Heavyweight title match with Guerrero taking a crack at Handsome Jimmy. By golly, you've got a CWA World Heavyweight Championship match. Tony Charles challenges Robinson and other matches. Plus, one that is really going to be wild. The superstar Bill Dundee, Tommy Rich go against the bounty hunters Jimmy Kent. And in this one, the title's on the line. Jimmy Kent's hair is on the line. People, I think, understand what happened, Bill.
That's right, Lance, and I'm just glad I kept walking when you told me to come on back, because I might have done something or signed for some kind of match that I'm regretting now. Wildfire and a superstar had a couple of days to think about it, and Jimmy Kent's the one that involved here, so we'll just keep it going. You're right, Jimmy Kent. You wanted a title match, but all you had to do was ask Jack, and you would have got it, because we told you we wasn't ducking nobody. But you want to do it this way, well, that's okay. Now, Tommy and the superstar, we talked about it, and your hair's on the line. And we're going to beat them two great big bounty hunters, and when we do, you're going to climb up into that chair, and the barber's going to take all the hair off the top of it. And when he's through with you, I'm going to take all the skin off the top of it, and that's a promise.
Boy, that's going to be one tough night.
You know, Lance, it wasn't my hair, but I'm just as fired up as a superstar, because that's exactly right. It all blew up in Jimmy Kent's face is what it amounts to, Lance. All he had to do was have the guts to come to us and say, hey, my boys want a Southern Heavyweight title. But he couldn't do that. So now then his hair is on the line. You know, and the people right there in Louisville, they've been behind us ever since the Superstar and Wildfire got back together. So Jimmy Kent, you better be ready, brother. You better get them boys psyched up, because the Superstar and the Wildfire, we didn't go off the deep end. We just got fired up, and we're coming to Louisville fired up. And you know, when it's all over, Jimmy Kent, and you have to sit down in that chair and get that head shaved off, I want you to be thinking about it. You know, he was talking about shooting a deer. Well, the only skinning that's going to happen in Louisville is the Superstar getting you down after they shave your head and skinning you.
Our expiration of time did, in fact, expire, as a matter of fact. But it went out with a doggone good action-packed one with Morton and Ware. It went one fall, and by golly, the disqualification meant big things for Morton and Ware in that bout with the bounty hunters in there.
Yes, it did. It was just one of those situations where Jimmy Kent, I mean, he's always dangerous. You got to keep your eye on him, and referee Jerry Calhoun did just that and caught him using that object, whatever it was.
Missed him a bunch of times.
Yeah, but he caught him
finally
that
caught
one
him.
time.
Bet you he did.
That wrapped it up right there.
How about the rest of it?
And the rest of it, Handsome Jimmy Valiant in here defeating Tom Maley. That one went just a little over a half minute. Valiant had no trouble in winning the match. It was Bill Dundee and Tommy Rich as a tag team, and looking good as a tag team. Super teamwork from them as they defeated Dr. Bill Irwin and David Oswald. And I pointed out, I think, at the end of that match, that teamwork very well may have made the difference in that one. They were working with each other and won it in 4:33. The Bounty Hunters going against Rick Morton and Koko Ware. Disqualification occurred after 7:23. So Rick Morton and Koko Ware are the winners of that expiration of time match.
Yes, sir. And a couple of other interesting sidelights. Dundee lost some of
locks of
his hair as
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Kent got the scissors to him. And we heard some interesting comments and charges from the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. That was a complete and full day of championship wrestling action. There'll be another next week for Dave Brown. Until we see you then, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of championship wrestling.